Hello and welcome to this episode of Women of Nerd Culture. We are the Women of Nerd Culture, and this week you may have noticed we have not one, but two esteemed guests from the Nerdy Up North gang. We've got Kelly, our Tamagotchi, I can't even talk, Tamagotchi comedy and crochet expert, and of course, previously from our book episode. And we have Pheebs, half of the esteemed anime club, theatre expert, and previously part of our Princess Leia episode.
Yeah.
Hi guys, hope you're well.
I'm very well. I love Tamagotchi. I think that's how we should refer to Kelly from now. Like, it's like a happy accident of mispronunciation. It feels appropriate.
Kelly, what has been your most recent Tamagotchi purchase?
A Tamagotchi pair of tights. So basically, it's just a pair of tights covered in pictures of Tamagotchis. To go with my my purchase of a Tamagotchi Angel Gotchi T-shirt from Asda's kids department.
Perfection.
Yeah, I've recently found my Tamagotchi collection in the loft. And there's a lot of stuff in there that's technically I'm going to keep a lot of them so that when I die my children will have money, because there's a few in there worth in like 3 figures.
Wow.
I want to see a whole episode on Tamagotchi.
To be fair, I think we need to in the new year, Kel. That is a date for us. Okay,
we're going to Tamagotchi episode.
Yes, because I was obsessed as a kid, and I would love to see everything that you've got.
Oh my word, what have I got? I mean, I'm currently running 4 Tamagotchis at the moment.
Oh,
can I ask, what's your longest running Tamagotchi?
Oh God, until the battery ran out, to be honest. So I remember people in the Sunderland Echo used to say I got my Tamagotchi to 99, but there was a cheat where you just used to do the date. Like the time.
Oh, yeah. This is like the Animal Crossing cheat in the Switch.
And you could just rack it up. And because then they were like showing the Tamagotchis, and I was just like, that Tamagotchi hasn't even hit adult. They've cheated. And I just knew. That's how sad I am with Tamagotchi.
No, we love it.
No shame.
Zero shame. I love that.
Nerdies. No shame in nerdies.
Yes.
No. Oh God. Yeah, so sorry if I'm mispronouncing things. I think I am still getting rid of the cavonia that's in my throat because I am still recovering from my cold. Right, this week we're looking at the Netflix sensation that has been KPopeDemonHunters. Honestly, a little while back you couldn't move for kids singing Golden in the schoolyards or just walking down the street. Yes, we're a little behind on the trend, but you know, we go to the sound of our own horns. Even with the Fortnite skins trend being about a month ago still, you know, but honestly, we couldn't get out of 2025 without talking about something so massive.
Yes.
So I just want to give a quick little synopsis and background to it, and then we'll get into having a chat about it. So, directed and written by Maggie Kang, the film garnered widespread acclaim. It was named a cultural phenomenon by several publications, with praise for its animation, visual style. Sorry, I have a child under me. and music, you know, voice acting, writing, music, all of that. It became the most watched original title in Netflix history, with over 325 million views. And its sing-along theatrical release was both the widest for a Netflix film and the first to top the box office in the United States.
But they didn't think it would happen.
They
were so underprepared for this.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Halloween time, you were not able to get costumes properly. All the costumes that were coming out were fake.
Mm-hmm.
Because Netflix did not believe they had such a sensation on hand.
Mm-hmm.
Missed the boat on the
marketing.
100%.
They did.
Which is like, because I've been looking at cosplay for next year's SunnyCon this weekend and could not move for, there were so many K-pop Demon Hunter costumes, none of which would fit me, obviously, but...
You could make one!
I'm making a dandelion fairy.
Knit one. Ooh, cute.
Yeah. I mean, I managed to put one together for my son to dress up as Demon Genu this year for Halloween.
That's quite cool.
And some kids around the streets, we went trick-or-treating for the first time in a few years. We went trick-or-treating around the streets and some kids came up to him and went, "That's a really great costume," and gave him some sweets because it was a really great costume. How lush is that? How lush is that?
I hope he's sharing those with the creator of the costume. I hope you got at least like
I
10%. Yeah.
Parent tax.
We also had our own version of the potato lady. Have you heard the story about the potato lady?
No.
A while ago, there was I don't remember where the story's based, but there was excuse the child crying now. But there was a house in a town that used to just put a random potato on top of the pile of sweets that they had, and kids used to take the potato and go down the street shouting, "I've got a potato!"
Amazing.
Right? And then the next year, every kid came to that house asking for a potato. So she got a bag of potatoes and just put a bag of potatoes
and just put
by the
one
door.
sweet on top.
Yeah. And literally it was like, "Oh, we've found the potato house, we found the potato house." Well, this year we found a house that had loads of satsumas. They did have sweets as well. But Alex went for a satsuma and he walked down the street shouting, "I've got a satsuma!" And I thought that just reminded me so much of the potato lady.
Yeah.
That's cute.
It's adorable.
But anyway, I deliberately bought the costume, the bits to make the costume rather. It wasn't an official costume. I brought the bits in slightly bigger sizes, so you never know, we might wear it next year as well.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
But it's also why the sequel isn't planned to come out for a few years, because they didn't have any preparation for it whatsoever.
Yeah. I was about to say, if you get it in a bigger size, maybe by the time the sequel comes out, but it depends how fast he grows. If it's a couple of years.
It's true. Well, one of the twins can wear it then.
Yeah, perfect.
Right. So
I think that's insane that there was no prep, because there's just so many openings for prequels and sequels. And
But they didn't believe it. They didn't believe it would hit the market as well as they did, because they underestimated, K-pop and how big that's become in the last, say, 5 years across the world.
You were gimps. They could have
but
really,
we're gonna I've got a couple of questions later on to touch on what we think the sequels will entail and things like that. So we'll have a look at that. Right. First of all, the main movie that we've come to talk about here. Synopsis. Hundreds of years ago, demons roamed the land feeding on human souls. When a group of 3 women found music could aid in fighting back, as well as weapons, of course. So they created a barrier between the human world and the demon world called the Hunmoon. Now, each generation has a musical trio of women relevant to the musical stylings of the time, who use their voices as a way to strengthen the barrier, but who can also kick ass to any demons that do happen to slip through and send them back. The film focuses on our current trio, Huntrix, a K-pop superstar group consisting of Rumi, Mira, and Zoe, and they are out selling stadiums while kicking demon ass. And I've not got enough hair to do a Rumi style, but I've tried to do a bit of a Mira style tonight. Not that you can really tell with my background, but that is my homage tonight. So, the demons have a clever plan to win over the music fans of the world by starting a K-pop boy band, and battle for the hearts of fans commences. However, as well as fighting demons, Rumi has a secret to contend with, and this causes a few issues along the way. Now, we've previously heard from both of our lovely guests on their nerdy credentials, so we're going to dive right in. Where did you first hear about the K-pop Demon Hunters? And before you watched it, what were you expecting? Now, I'm interested in Pheebs' here, especially because she only recently watched it for the very first time.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with you, Pheebs?
So I actually heard about it in the Discord. I think like Sherry or someone was like, "I've seen this new film and you all need to watch it." And then I just hadn't gotten around to it because I've been watching lots of anime, and this was anime adjacent enough that I kept like looking at it on my wish list being like, "Oh, I could, but then I've got to watch this for next week," and so it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. And then Ben and I were like, it was on one of our film night shortlists, And I was saying before that like within the first 5 minutes he was like, I don't think this film was made for me, and then 5 minutes later was like bopping along to all the music, so it was like an instant hit. Yeah, but that's where I heard about it, was in our Nerdy Up North Discord, was the first time.
When you said you hadn't watched it, I was really surprised.
I was.
And it's one of those ones that people keep recommending. I think because people know that I love anime and I love animated films in general. There are very few that I don't end up watching at some point. But yeah, I just hadn't got round to watching this one. I think maybe because I knew that as soon as I watched it, I'd be, this is it. I'm locked into the soundtrack now for like the next 4 months.
Yeah.
Like it won't be Christmas songs on Christmas Day. I'll be like, so like family, have you seen KPopeDemonHunters? How about we put the soundtrack on while we all cook like breakfast together?
It's the accent.
And they'll all be looking at me like, oh, when was the last time you went to a park?
When did you last touch grass?
Yeah.
So funny.
How about you, Kelly?
I was recommended it by my husband's friends where he works. It was the summer holidays. We'd run out of money. It was like literally we'll just stick something on the dodgy box for the kids to watch just for our sanity. And Adam said, "Oh, my friend said there's this thing called KPopDemonHunters, and it's like the Powerpuff Girls but K-pop." And I was like, sold.
It is the Powerpuff Girls but K-pop,
Yeah.
and that is actually one of the reasons I liked it, is because it gives me Powerpuff Girl vibes. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I am a massive Powerpuff Girl fan. I've got my mum for my first tattoo bought me a Powerpuff Girl tattoo, Buttercup, because she used to call me Buttercup, because
Yeah.
I'm an angry green wearing bob head get. So
You're not wrong.
and I always try and get like Huxley to what my oldest son Huxley to watch stuff that I enjoy. So he got really into Adventure Time. Great. Nightmare
Great
Before
series.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously, really really into it. And I put the Powerpuff Girls on for him, and he seemed to enjoy it. But even when I was watching, I was just like, God, Adventure Time just shits all over this. But when I heard about this, like kind of, it's like the Powerpuff Girls, I thought, okay, put it on. Oh my God! Since summer, we pretty much watch it at least once, twice a week.
Yeah.
We love it. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Mine's quite similar. See, I've got an 8-year-old, and she decided when we went to Bristol, she was going to watch it twice in the airport. And then we got to Bristol, and then she watched it again while I was trying to get her ready for bed. And then obviously, then we had the wedding, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll watch it with you." So on the plane back, we watched it again, and it's quite it's a solid one that we watch in our house at least once a week. We snuggled up on the sofa last night and watched it with snacks. And to be fair, I listen to the radio when I'm at work, and it comes on the radio golden at least 3 times a day. And I tell whoever's on reception with me going, this is KPopDemonHunters.
Yeah.
Every time, and they just look at me. I'm just like, it's an amazing film. And I did not expect it to be as great as it is.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. What about you, Sarah?
Mine, our household was, well, me and Alex, my eldest, were a little later to it. We didn't get on the summer roller coaster of it. We kind of like started in, say, September time. But I actually saw the start of the obsession was within one of my gaming groups. The other woman that was in the group was singing Golden before I was fully aware of the show. And I found myself like, bopping along going, oh, that's quite a catchy tune, that. And she said, oh, it's from KPopDemonHunters on Netflix. You should watch it. And I mean, I didn't straight away. I said, oh, I'll put it on my list. So put it on my list. And then a few weeks after this, she asked if we could rearrange our gaming night because she had tickets to go and see the sing-along at the cinema. And I was like, you're in deep, girl. But yeah, so we've had to rearrange it because she had tickets for the show to do the sing-along bit. But my partner Andrew was actually watched it well before me and Alex did, and he said, "Oh, it's really good. You know, you should watch it. You should watch it." And then we did, and Alex watches it very, very regularly, and
You
the last
can't
couple of
imagine life
weekends,
without it.
Yeah.
no. The last couple of
We're all
weekends, it's
locked
been
in
4
now.
times a weekend. So like, I mean, mainly for Kelly and Becca. I know you touched on how many times would you say you've watched it?
A lot.
A lot.
At least double digits, if not
Yeah.
like 20, over 20.
I would say like in the 40s, 50s,
Mhm.
because now me oldest son is kind of like stepped away from it, but now my youngest, who's 3 in January, he has jumped on it, and what he says, he's like, "Mummy, wanna watch dun dun dun." When you dun, dun, dun.
Love
That's
it.
his favourite bit, the
Mm.
beginning bit with the plane.
It's a great part.
Yeah, it is. I'd say that I'm probably on similar numbers to you, Kelly. But it's kind of not just straight up the movie that Alex watches anymore. He watches, like, if you go on Netflix now, there's the original movie, there's the sing-along movie with all the words to the songs, and then there's the music videos made from parts of the movie.
Amazing.
So we kind of go between those three.
I can only imagine the number of fan-made music videos there
Oh,
are out
yeah.
there of this. Like, it takes me back to like the 90s anime music videos
Mhm,
that you like people would sit and make on sort of like early Word editing,
Mhm,
Microsoft editing suites.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm so
I
here
love
for
it.
it.
This
Yeah,
Give me
this
all
is
of it.
To be fair, I've seen a few of them on Instagram and I'm like, oh my god, it's like
Yeah.
15 years ago and I love it.
And I've seen people doing like the soda pop dance and things like that
Oh,
on
I was
Instagram, and it's so good.
I was really bopping, but also that song is way sexier than a children's film has a right to
Yes,
be.
yes.
Like,
My God, it's
clearly,
dirty as fuck.
I mean,
it's so
dirty.
bad. Like, I was watching it and I was like, this is about cunnilingus. I'm almost positive. Like, this song should not be in a kid's film.
the movie was actually intended to be a lot darker than it has come out to be. It was
You can kind
initially,
of tell that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, it was going to be made for like older teens, young adults. So like the demons were scarier. Rumi's transformation when that demon side comes out was meant to be a lot scarier. She was meant to have a whole demon arm and things like that. You know,
Yeah, that would have been sick.
yeah. But they decided to like pull it back a bit and make it a bit more family friendly. So that they pulled back a lot of the designs for it. Which I'm
I think
very
they've
glad
done
they
that really
did.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, it's still, it implies things that are quite worrying that
Mhm.
kids wouldn't pick up on. So
Yeah.
the idea of the missing people from all the souls, and when
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
go missing from the train, you like adults would kind of think, Jesus, that's like quite unnerving. But because
Mhm.
it's not graphic,
Yeah, and you're not
kids pick up
seeing.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a very brief snippet as well of like the when they're scrolling across the screen and you hear the news reporter saying the number of missing people reports has gone up like
And the
threefold in
Yeah.
pictures
24
on the
hours,
wall.
Yeah.
and nobody mentions the missing people from the train.
Yeah.
And so I can totally like understand
Mhm.
how it's been almost kidified and how it could have been so much more. But I'm glad it's not,
Yeah.
because I think the demons, that comedic edge that they've got, they look a little bit like, you know, the monster thing from the 80s, the monster cuddly toy.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
bear.
Yeah.
The blue bear with that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
they just look a bit kind of comedic.
They
So
also give me what's it called in Panic from Hercules? You know,
Oh,
Hades'
yes.
sidekicks.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
energy I get from a lot
Was
of
it
the
Pain and
demons.
Panic?
Pain and Panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of am here for that. Like, I love a goofy demon.
Yeah, and
The
that's
ones on the
vibe.
plane are brilliant for that.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
just
I
put
must
coffee in the
mention the
plant.
plane, the coffee
Yes.
in the plant. But what pisses me off, this is the only thing that pisses me off about this film, is the kettle didn't fucking boil.
We are British and we expect the kettle to boil. I get it.
People
Right.
don't know how to use kettles.
No, they don't. They don't.
So it's just like the hitting with the kettle,
Bang,
right?
bang, bang.
She fills the kettle up at the tap because they're going to have their, their noodles, She fills the kettle up the tap, bashes some demons, throws the kettle to someone else is bashing the demons, and then they put it in there, and I'm just like, does the tap have boiling hot water?
It's got to have. It's got to have.
It could be one of those cooker ones.
Yeah.
Where it comes out boiling.
That's my head
boiling.
canon. That's my head canon.
I don't know
Well,
why
that's
she
what
bothered to put it in a kettle though, but
I do like the bit where they're like, don't eat it until it's done the 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Because whenever I make myself a pot noodle, I'm like, I've got to set a timer because otherwise I'm going to eat this before it's ready.
That's the only thing that really binds my gears about the film, is that they didn't put the kettle on.
Oh dear. So do you think that how well do you think they blended the K-pop side with the supernatural action?
Amazing. I thought they did it really well, and also like pop music in general is always a bit fairy magic. It's a bit like Winx Club, it's Powerpuff Girls, like those things. I think have always been very like. There's a big Venn diagram with a lovely big segment in the middle of like pop music and superheroes. So I feel like it's ripe. Like it's a very easy marriage between the two.
I always think, once more with Thielen, that Buffy episode. Where they had one of the first big television shows doing a musical. It very much vibes together. And I 100% believe it lives up to the hype, but also like just how they blended it. I don't know about you guys, but I watch a lot of Korean dramas, and how they do magic, how they do whimsical. It was very, very evident in this animation, and I loved it.
There's a lot of like, I don't know if you've seen Strong Girl Namsoo, which is like a Korean and she's supposed to be from like a Mongolia, but she's this like normal teenager, but who's just insanely strong. So she just walks around like lifting cars up,
so cool.
carrying oxen on her shoulders. It's a great series and I highly recommend it. But there is that kind of like, we just accept that magic is a thing. Like no one ever talks about why.
It just is.
It just is. It's part of the world. We'll just accept that magic's there.
What I like about K-pop is, when I was a kid, I loved boy bands, Take That, especially Spice Girls and stuff. And at a certain age, you were kind of like looked at funny for liking that. Whereas what I love about K-pop, it is just all encompassing. The audience are young, old, male, female. I love the beginning bit where you meet the fans and how everyone's so different, but they all still get something from it. And to me, like, it's really worked with the K-pop side, but I think it could, like, music in general, if you like it, sometimes like there's a pop song that comes on and I'm just like, oh god, I shouldn't like pop, but this is really catchy. Whatever makes your heart happy, and like, go with it. And I really honestly think that this has really like created like a massive like following from kids to their parents. I mean, me and the school moms are standing there going we're like, should we have a sleepover and watch K-pop Demon Hunters?
We can kick the kids out.
Like, but and it's just, and we'll say, oh, which K-pop Demon Hunter are you? And it's just like, do you know what?
Oh my god, let's play that game.
We're not ashamed of it. We love it. And like,
excuse me.
It's just, oh god, it's like being a kid again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So
It's
which
your
one are you?
youth. Which one am I?
Yeah.
Oh God. When I took the quiz, there is a quiz.
There's a
When
quiz.
I took
There's
I
gotta
wish
be
you
a
told us this
quiz.
before. We could have done the quiz in preparation for the episode.
Oh, it was like Huxley had it on his phone. He was just like, "Ma'am." And I think I was Mira, but I honestly think I'm more of a Zoe.
Yeah, I'm a Zoe. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm Zoe.
I feel like I want to be Amira, but I am a Zoe. And I feel like it used to be the same with the Powerpuff Girls. I want to be Bubbles, but I'm too bossy and I definitely would be a Blossom. Like, I'm a bit annoying.
I think it's going to be pretty much the same for all of us then, isn't it? Yeah. I've tried to hone Mira, and I try to like put myself as like, I am serious, wall up, blah blah blah.
I do think that out of anyone though, you could kick the most butt. So I do feel like if anyone was going to be Amira, it would be you.
Oh dear me. Oh.
No, I like it's so good, so good, and I do love it. Which one are you gonna be? Who's your favorite? And that's the same thing that we get from like the '90s like pop bands.
Yeah,
the charts that you the quizzes that you used to get in the magazines.
Yeah, exactly, and it's the same with like the Totally
Which
Spies.
of the Backstreet Boys would you date?
It's like Totally Spies, Sailor Moon, like all of these. Like it's like a kind of like power pop group. Slash animated.
Sailor Moon was a total vibe that I got from it, especially towards the end when they're doing like the final song. That was
and a little bit with like the transformation and the magical weapons. Like anything that's going to have like a magical girl transformation weapon moment.
100%.
Like weapons made of light. I am so there.
Yeah, so
love it. It's so shiny and pretty.
Oh, it is. Yeah, and I love as well, like, you know, I know that there was a bit of an increase in interest for like K-pop and things like that over the last few years, but I think this especially is taking it to another level, like especially with like a new generation of it, because you've got all the people who were following like Blackpink and BTS and things like that. And I remember like about 10 years ago, my friends going mad about getting tickets to go and see BTS in London. And they were selling out the O2, and I'm like, who the heck is this band? But I mean, because I mean, you'll know, Kelly, in Sunderland, we didn't really get exposed to anything other than like the Spice Girls and the Backstreet Boys, really.
A little bit in NSYNC.
A little bit of NSYNC, but not as much. It was, I would say, it was definitely the Backstreet Boys in my year, especially. Boyzone.
Oh, Boyzone.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Ronan Keating?
He's still around somewhere.
He must still be around.
They wheel
Is he
him
still
out
on that roller coaster of life?
Yeah, they wheel him out every now and then for a BBC special.
Oh dear.
But no, it's great that this film has like kind of brought K-pop to the like the masses sort of thing, that made it like, you know, accessible a little bit, like on Eurovision when the Irish girl who Bambi something, oh god, I've forgotten her name, but she did like a really goth crazy sort of.
Oh god, yes, I remember her. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like with like Rammstein as well, because they had a Eurovision moment, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
and
like the pop version of that.
Lordi.
Yeah,
Lordi.
Hallelujah.
I love Lordi. I've got the CD.
So I think there's nothing wrong with making something more accessible.
No, not at all.
You know, I know we've mentioned before in like episodes like across Nerdy Up North, how like, you know, we're all about the gatekeeping, big bag of no, share your love. It's not about, you know, kind of status or anything, you know what I mean? So I think the fact that this has brought K-pop into my life, it's great.
Yeah.
And I'm benefiting from it.
And I think you are right. There is something about like making pop like okay to like, because there is, I think maybe because for our generation, pop was very much aimed at children. So you get to a certain age and you're like, that's baby music. But actually, it's really catchy. It's got the same kind of chord structure as classical music. There is like, it's just like music that has been appealing for a very long time in terms of its like structure. Like Golden, you could probably match to like some of the Mozart's chord progressions and like a bit of Beethoven. It's got the same, like the way it does the rise in it. So it's like, it is good music. It's music that's been formed, but because it's pop, it's somehow like not cool. And now I can be like, no, I love pop music, and I've always, and it's fine. I can have my moment of being like, it's okay I can be a cheesy weeb.
I have seen Golden covered by like slightly heavier bands as well. I've seen Biffy Clyro do a version of it.
Well,
and
I was just going to say Golden has actually won like K-World Dream Awards, but it's also down for like Grammy Awards. It's down for Song of the Year, Best Pop Duo Group Performance, Best Song Written for Visual Musical, and then Best Remixed Recording, which is David Guetta.
Ooh.
Oh, he did it.
That version has made it onto my workout playlist after only 2 days.
Nice.
Yeah.
But are you surprised that a movie like this made it into like made it to become the most watched movie ever on Netflix?
I'm not. It's got all the right elements for something to be successful. It's got music, because we know the world loves musicals. You know, you've got a lot of musicals that have become famous. Wicked, you've got Hamilton, you've got Six the Musical. I'm trying to think of other ones that have come out in the last couple of years.
Not even just in the last couple of years. How iconic is Rocky Horror Show?
Yeah. You know, it's those type of things, you know, and it's got elements that we all love. We all love a good story. We all love a little bit of I don't want to say animation, because I don't actually think that animation plays much into it, though it is beautifully, you know, done.
It just happens to be animated.
Yeah, and I think it's quite a well-structured film, because it's got a very fast first half, so immediately it kind of grips your attention with action, but it settles into like slower songs, slower paced storytelling as you kind of get into the character stories. So I think there is something about it being like a film that holds up to a rewatch because of that, because you can miss quite a lot in the first half, and in the second half you're like there for the feeling of it, which is kind of lovely. But it is, and I think it is that kind of, it'll be like The Lion King, but for the kids who are kind of growing up now watching it, like everyone will have seen it. There won't be like kids getting into their adulthood where they're like, I've never seen The Lion King. You'll be like, that's weird. It's going to be weird. I think if you're a kid now and you haven't watched K-pop Demon Hunters, at some point someone's going to say, well, that's strange that you haven't watched that.
we found since having this movie on that the twins are very much into K-pop. We have a K-pop list for them to listen to, and Freya likes to sit on the sofa with me and watch the movie when I've got it on, and then she does like little. She's not fully speaking in sentences yet because she's not even 2, but she does little bits like dun dun dun.
Yeah. Imagine if her first sentence is Korean.
I know, kids are learning Korean.
That would be amazing.
Kids are learning Korean. There we go. But I mean, me personally, I absolutely loved it. I didn't. After reading the like synopsis and hearing about it from like the girl in the gaming group, I didn't think that it was anything special. I thought maybe it's a good movie, but I didn't think it's going to be like go to the heights that it's gone. Oh God, it's just brilliant to see the increase in the interest in K-pop and stuff as a result. The costumes, the dolls, the fact that there's at least 2 sequels coming. There's a K-pop Demon Hunters 2 and 3. There's talks to do a musical and a live action remake. The last I heard, I
can see that, and I know that there'll be gigs.
Is this?
There'll be gigs of like the actors will like.
Yeah.
They're like forming temporary bands and stuff as well, aren't they? And doing gigs.
The people who provided the voices for Huntrix have been performing together on like the American, like David Letterman's, Jimmy Fallon shows type of things. They've been doing that already.
Yeah.
And I mean, the songs from this are already in. I remember seeing advertised on Facebook. There was a K-pop tribute act. I don't know if they were coming to the Northeast, but I saw it advertised on my
I've seen
feed.
it too.
And yeah, they were advertising like now featuring Golden and Your Idol and things like this.
Also, the other thing that makes this a perfect film, animal companions.
Yes.
Sassy
That
animal
massive
companions. That tiger is amazing. I love his like vacant, like dopey
tiger.
Yeah,
To be
love him.
honest,
Love the fact that the bird keeps stealing his
Yeah.
hat, and that's the only explanation you get for why the bird's wearing a hat. It's genius.
Yeah. I do love Derpy, but I am more of a fan of the magpie.
Yeah, but it's okay because you can have Derpy and Magpie. They have to be together
Yeah,
in order
they
to
have to
be
be together.
whole.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
didn't actually, you know what I realised when you've said that, Phoebes, is I didn't pick up on that fact until the watch I did today. That the hat was actually made for Derpy, but the magpie keeps stealing it.
It was the first question I asked was, why is that bird
Yeah.
wearing a little hat? And Ben was
I
like,
just thought it
shut
was
up and
part
watch
of
the
Korean
film.
law. I don't know a lot about Korean law and like myths and legends and things like that. And I mean, to be honest, I want to look a bit more into that side of things now.
I definitely do, because those, specifically those hats and the costume that the boy demons wear when they're like doing Your Idol, Your Idol song.
They are the Grim Reapers.
They're like Undertaker uniforms, because it's
Yeah.
also, if I don't know if anyone's seen the film Kung Fu Hustle.
Yes.
There's the musicians who come out with the like strings that slice people are wearing like a very similar costume. And I was like, oh, that's like in Kung Fu Hustle. Is this like a death thing?
Yeah.
And then looked at it and it's Undertakers, I think.
There was I read something, I can't remember the exact fact now, I should have looked this up, but there was some connection between the outfit they're wearing being like a Grim Reaper type thing, leading to death, and death meant something else, which brought them round to Saja, which is called the Saja, which is why they're called Saja boys.
Okay.
I need to look that fact up and I'll put it in the comments.
They're drawn so beautiful. They're more beautiful than Huntrix. Those boy demons are. It's not right.
You find that though, that I mean, me personally, when I see like a K-pop boy band or a K-pop female band, the K-pop boy bands tend to have more individuality about them, I think, because there's often a lot more in the group. And like you have to have all the individual characters. Like, I don't know if this
because it takes men twice as many of them to actually accomplish the same thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know,
sorry, it was a low jab and I took it.
You took it and you're allowed to.
On this podcast, it's allowed.
Yeah, it made me think a lot of like the Spice Girls, obviously, because we had Baby, Sporty, Scary, and then we've had in this we've got the Huntrix go by their names, Ruby, Mira, Zoe.
Yeah.
But Saja boys go by, you know, what is it? Mystery. Baby.
Yeah, they have characteristics, not names.
Yeah.
Abs.
Yes, it's characteristics. This is what we're meant to represent, and this is what you are meant to find attractive about them. Yeah. Oh, well, right. I love this movie for some of the messages that it puts forward. Do you think it gives good, positive messages, not just for girls, but for kids in general to take away?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There's a strong thing of like the uncomfortable truth is always better than like an easy lie. Also, bathhouses are great.
Just baths in general.
Yeah, in general.
Messages that we all need to take
baths,
away.
baths are good for
in
us.
general. I mean, I liked accepting your differences and perceived faults as the way Rumi ends up doing that.
Yeah.
In the end, the keeping a secret did more harm than letting the others know, even if it was on the advice of the elder, of Celine. Don't always take what the elders say as like as law.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go against them if you feel that it's wrong. And she came to Celine several times about, you know, I've got to tell them. And Celine was like, no, you don't. Rumi knew that you should have done this from the start. I mean, also in a way, you've got Jinu's redemption arc.
Yeah.
Not that I'm giving any redemption for what he actually did, but he knew it was wrong and he's trying to seek some kind of remorse for it. You know, it's not, there is no excusing what he did, but you know, he always knew the error of his ways. But I
Yeah.
think spending time with Rumi really hammered it home to the point of he gives up the soul he's just got back to save Rumi and help defeat Guimar, who was the cause of what he did.
Yeah. I also think there is something in there about like Celine as a mother is acting out of like protective, or like a mother figure. It's not, I know she's not her actual mother, but she's acting out of that protective fear instinct that I think all parents very naturally want to try and stop their children from doing, like making mistakes and doing the thing that could hurt them.
It's a hard line. It's a hard balancing act.
It's a hard balancing act, and I think there's something in there about that moment where you realize as a person that actually sometimes your friends have got your back in a way that maybe your parents didn't expect them to. And I kind of love that. It feels very real. And I think maybe there's a little bit of like there's a little queer kid inside of me that's like, this film is going to speak to some kids in a certain way. And one day they're going to grow up and want to share like their whole self with their friends, and they'll get that kind, I hope that they'll get that kind of acceptance that Rumi finds, and like celebration of like what makes her different.
Yeah.
I think
How about you, Kelly?
Patterns can like be linked to a lot of things, like, you know, kids feeling
Kelly,
like they
I
can't
think
be
your
themselves.
headset or something is very low. There we go.
You've
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. You can hear me now. The symbolism of like the patterns, like how it can be a case of, you know, kids feeling like they can't be true to themselves, like they feel like they need to like football instead of like in something that makes their soul sing, you know what I mean? But it also like I think like because it appeals to adults as well, it could be anything to anyone, you know. It could be the idea of, you know, mental health stigma, it could be addiction, this idea that you're hiding something and you're putting on a brave face when in actual fact you need to reach out to the people who love you and support you. You know what I mean? That idea that they're hiding their struggles through fear of being judged,
Shame.
you know,
For your
exactly.
acceptance as well.
Exactly. It's really like the really positive end where she's got her patterns and she doesn't give a shit. They look great.
The idea of like
She's
wearing
it.
the thing that made you feel shame on your skin
as armor.
and that feels like a kind of like
Yeah, it becomes it's not you, it's a part of you that made you who you are. You know, so you should be kind of like proud that you've got through it, that you've done it. You're owning it, you're wearing it. You carry the trauma, but you aren't your trauma.
It might have been hard to go through at the time to like really bring out who you really are, but it is worth it.
Yeah.
And of course, the power of friendship, man. How does still Mira and Zoe still accept her, considering the half demon side at the end?
Teamwork makes the dream work, as I keep saying.
And there is that moment as well when they first see her for what she is, and like Mira immediately goes for like her weapon, and then you see Zoe struggle with like, it feels really reluctant. So there's also like that kind of like, ooh, trying to feel out this thing that could actually be quite dangerous. Like,
I think they're more annoyed that she didn't tell them, that they've known her for so long and she's not shared that part of her. But
I also kind of think that Mira's reaction is the right version of it, is equivalent to Zoe's version because of who Mira is. She brought the weapon out, but she didn't immediately take anything down, which she would have done normally. And I think
it's how they were trained. You know, you see the patterns, you're on it, so it's almost like, you know, a knee-jerk reaction, but they
like
didn't
fighting an
obviously.
instinct.
But I think
they
that's
didn't
her version of the oh my god, what do I do here type of thing. The delay that Zoe was feeling before she got the weapon out, Mira had it after she got the weapon out.
Yeah.
Which of the weapons would you want to fight with? Because Mira's spear blade thing is so cool.
To be fair, that's the one I want.
The glaive.
Yeah.
I was, again, something else I noticed today for the first time was how it wasn't just Mira using it either. During the fight in the bathhouse, there's a point where the glaive is in the ground, and Rumi uses it to spin around, and then Mira does it straight after, and it's like they're all using it.
The bathhouse fight scene is one of the best animated and I'm happy to
Yeah.
stand by this as an anime person. One of the best animated fight scenes ever. It's
Mhm.
so good.
Yeah.
The pacing on it's amazing. The choreography for it's so good. The moment where she's split off from them is it's just so fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah.
What was your favourite
God.
moment?
I did like
it has to be the end song. Like, I know Golden gets a lot of airtime and shit, but the song they should have wrote is, oh my God, it makes me tremble like a biatch. It is just beautiful, especially when the fucking crowd starts singing, and then you can see their souls lighting up, and it's just like, that's what it's all about. It's that
It's a proper
redemptive
hair on the back of your
power
neck
of
one, isn't
music.
it?
Oh, with that, I'm thinking about it, and it's going up now.
I can feel it.
I'm getting shivers on my arms. It's also
Yeah.
like who hasn't been at a concert for a band that they've desperately wanted to see, and then you're in the audience and like you're in the crowd and everyone starts singing like that one song that we all love, like the connecting power of music in that
Mr.
moment.
Brightside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
for me it was Graceland, Paul Simon singing
Oh,
Graceland in the
lovely.
crowd in Hyde Park. I was like, oh, and I had that same feeling watching that like
Nice,
moment at the end. It was just like captured that experience really
I've also
beautifully.
had a similar one outside of the gig though as well, because there was a one that many years ago, when Kasabian were actually at the height just after the first album, they played Newcastle Arena, and when the crowd was leaving the arena, there's a bit of the road that goes down under a train bridge and comes up near the multi-story car park. Kelly and Becca, you might know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There's that bit where it goes under the bridge and it comes up the hill. And as everybody was coming down there, they started singing Clubfoot. And the whole crowd was just in unison. There was thousands of people were just singing that in unison, and it was amazing. You know, the band weren't even on anymore.
Yeah.
We were all just
We're just
singing
not
that
ready
back
to
to
let
the
the
train
night go.
station. No. And it was one of those moments. I mean, I haven't really followed Kasabian since back then, but
Yeah.
that was just that moment always sticks in my mind because it didn't even involve the band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. My Tremble-tastic band is the Arcade Fire. Every time I go to see them, I am in literally just a state of tremble. I
Yeah.
just stand there and shiver, and it's
Like a little
honestly.
chihuahua.
Oh, Kelly, I've only had the privilege of seeing Arcade Fire once, but I've always said it's the closest I've ever came to having a religious experience.
Yeah, there's I've got like there's a variety of ones that kind of make me tremble. And one of the it was from the Neon Bible album, Intervention, where they use like a church organ. And it's one of the lines is singing hallelujah with the fear in your heart, and it's just
I
that
knew
just,
exactly which song you were going on
oh
about.
my God, it's absolutely beautiful. But what I think quite funny about the guy who sings, he sounds like the annoying guy from Police Academy, the one who's got the daft voice.
Oh God, he does.
And it's just, he's got that ring to him as a
I feel like that
bobcat.
I'm not going to be able to listen to them now with that without that image in my head.
Yeah, I think it's going to be that.
My sister said that because I used to play a funeral like till I wore out the CD, and she was just like, "Sounds like that guy from Police Academy," and I was just like, "Fuck off!" It's just like she was fucking right.
She's not wrong.
Kelly, now I've got to listen to it like that though.
Yeah.
Oh, you love it.
What about you, Becca? Do you have any like big gig moments?
I don't overly have any big gig moments. I think the closest I've probably ever came to anything like that would be obviously when anytime anyone gathers together to sing Mr. Brightside, or this year when I went to the Women's World Cup, you know, the opener at the Stadium of Light.
That's a very similar experience though, being in the crowd at like a big football,
Okay.
like a football or
It wasn't
rugby
even
event.
it wasn't even in the stadium. It was walking across the bridge. So you come across the bridge. It was the first time it had been open. So you can imagine, right? You've got all these people crossing the bridge, and we are singing "Dancing Queen." I'm singing it. I've got a tiny little human who's never been to anything like this. You know, this is her first ever big gig experience. She was singing it. I was like, oh my God, you know, she's happy,
so
I'm
sweet.
happy. There are, you know, thousands of people singing it. As
The day was gorgeous as well. It was like a glorious sunny day.
It was an amazing day. And it was just, you know, you're walking across and you've got Americans singing, you've got people from all around the world singing, and I just was like, my heart was just happy. I was happy. I'm getting emotional thinking about it.
Another amazing pop experience. I could see ABBA fighting demons. Outfits.
Yeah.
Benny and Bjorn there with their kunai and their swords.
Okay, yeah, but what would be their weapons though?
Well,
Nunchucks.
Benny would have nunchucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Bjorn would probably have like sai, you know, those ones that are like
they're
really
my favourite
pointy
weapons.
forks.
Yeah,
of course.
Well, somebody's going to have a katana or something like that.
Oh, ninja stars. Ninja stars are safe.
For Inga.
Well, there's four of them, so we could have a katana and the ninja stars.
Yeah. The girls can fight it out between them just like they used to fight it out for the vocals. I'm sure they can.
I'm sure that together they could get it. But get back to K-pop Demon Hunters.
Get back to the movie.
Sarah, what was your favourite moment?
Oh, dear me. To be honest, I quite like the opening as well. I mean, as well as the end bit where, like, I mean, I love the power of Ruby just walking into that full stadium full of demons and people in the trance alone and basically saying, I'm going to make a new honeymoon.
Yeah.
By yourself. And the just sheer force of will that she's got there to walk in and do it. Was an incredibly powerful moment. But I really just quite like the first bit, the very first bit on the plane.
Yeah,
they don't even realise that they're late for their own movie, their own gig, because they are too busy
carb loading.
They are carb loading. Yeah. They love their food, and you know I can relate to that.
One of them's deep throating a massive sushi roll.
yeah, and you know.
I like when she sniffs it and goes.
Yeah. The facial expressions in this are so good. They're so funny.
Popcorn coming out of the eyes and stuff. Oh,
and like when they're going,
amazing.
Yes! Like that. I love how they can go from just being like normal people walking down the street to
couch.
Oh no. I think genuinely the opening scene for me, because you hear like the crowd building up over the black screen, tricks, and then you meet the band, but then it builds up to like it's a band, they're going to put on a big show, meanwhile they're just an aeroplane flying over the stadium going being completely oblivious to everything that's happening.
And Bobby's giving them.
Oh God!
Justice for Bobby. I love Bobby. He's like, the crowd are getting scary.
And you've got the security lads
I love how they interact with the fans while they're on the phone as well. Bobby's just kind of like there, and there's fans in the background all around him talking to them. Like, I just got this, and me was like, sick. It's an introduction to kind of like their personalities, how much they all kind of connect on a food loving and their pre-gig rituals. But then at the same time, they kind of like, as soon as they all click that it's demons on the plane, they all just kind of look at each other and then turn around and look at the demons, and they're just on it like that.
Yeah.
And the song just kind of like, we're going to take you down, and that's that.
Yeah.
And how they just kind of just like nonchalantly walk out the plane. It's like, you haven't got a parachute on, girl.
I love a skydiving into an arena moment. That's amazing.
It's Charlie's Angels, man.
Yeah.
I think at one point we blinked and missed it and had to rewind that because we were like, wait, how did they get down?
Yeah.
At that point we were too busy bopping to the music. We'd gotten lost.
Yeah. Well, my napalm era.
Oh, it's so good.
As much as the sheer power of Ruby walking at the stage by herself at the night time, I think the at the end of it, I think the start is probably my favorite bit.
It's a strong opener.
Mine is, when they've got the bathhouse battle, like that whole montage.
Yeah,
Just
it's so good.
It's so well done, and it's not even. I don't want to even say it's a fast-paced like part. It's just a very, very good pace into giving us all the information that we need. That the demons are increasing their activity on Earth. People are slowly, more and more people are going missing. It kind of just gives us that movement from the beginning towards the end, and I love scenes like that. I absolutely adore scenes like that. Like, my favorite scene in any film ever is Shaun of the Dead, where he goes from the house through the zombie apocalypse to the corner shop. That is like my literally favorite scene, because you see everything.
Yeah.
Have you seen when they put one on top of the other? Because it literally mirrors the
That's why
first.
I love it. As someone who studied as someone who studied media, those type of scenes are my favorite, and I will always speak up for those, because I love them.
And then, of course,
the
Simon
bathhouse.
Pegg also redid it as well to celebrate the anniversary of Shaun of the Dead recently. So we've got 3 versions of it now. We've got the original one before the zombie, we've got the after the zombie breakout, and then we've got Simon Pegg doing it off his own back on the same street with the same shop.
That's good.
Amazing.
Also with the bathhouse scene, and like another reason why I think it's just like a technically good bit of animation, the way they use shadow, steam, and reflection to add depth to the anime. Like that has so many layers in terms of like forcing a perspective in the framing. It's just it's really clever animated direction.
Oh gosh, yeah.
From
Amazing.
the director in that scene. It's great. It's such a good fight scene too, because it is like, and you've got the tension of her, like, is she going to reveal it then? She's like, is it going to be that she's revealing it in a bathhouse by accident, and that's what she's been avoiding this whole time? There's like a poetic justice moment to it as well. It's great.
And then you start to get your first, wait, is Gino a good guy or a bad guy?
Exactly, because he helps her out.
Yeah.
Ooh, tension builds. Ooh. Are they gonna kiss?
One thing I've just been thinking about there during the movie as well, is though we're talking about all these great scenes and stuff, and I mean the bathhouse scene, they walk out of there thinking it is kind of like, although embarrassed that they bump into a man in there, they walk out of there thinking that it was a successful fight and they come out victorious. But after they've left, you then see the demons are still there and still taking the souls. So they don't actually know that what they're doing has not been a full success.
It's really
Poor
just a distraction.
man.
I know.
Poor bathhouse. He's just sitting there and he's singing Soda Pop, and then his soul just comes out.
Isn't that like? I find that whole part that they use Soda Pop in that way. It's scary. I don't
want to die, and also it's the worst death. I don't want to die listening to a song about cunnilingus. I mean, it's great and I love it, but that's not how I want to go.
Oh God.
What a film! What a film!
Yeah, it's great.
So I know we've talked about scenes there. Do you have a favorite movie from the a favorite song from the soundtrack? Because it's such great music and it goes so well for like what the movie is. And I mean, what do you guys think of the music in general? What's the favorite thing? I mean, Alex loves Your Idol, which is not like the first one that I would think of that a kid would go to. He loves it because he basically thinks that Baby Saja has the best voice ever. He absolutely loves Baby Saja.
I don't think he's wrong.
No,
I don't think he's wrong.
He absolutely loves it. I mean, I'm going to go with still the same as before. My saying how it's done. It's an introduction to these women, how empowering they are, how like in the movie it has a no fear approach. Like once they realize that it's demons, and it's just like, we've got no fear. We're going to take down these demons. You guys don't need to worry. You don't even need to know what's happening. We're just going to go and get it done.
I think that's a good one. I'm with Alex. I quite like Your Idol. I also kind of like what it sounds like. which is
Yeah.
one of the slower,
It's
one
an
of the
amazing
slower
song.
ones. It's a really good song. Like, I want to learn to play that on the piano. When I heard it, I was like, I think I could crack this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I like Takedown.
Yeah.
Takedown's good. I mean, they're all good.
They're all good.
I love that song. I think it's brilliant. And just the fact that we've got two different versions of it in the movie.
Mhm,
I like
mhm.
that. I like that I've got choice.
Yeah.
For different moods.
Yeah, are you feeling angry or are you feeling conciliatory?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
What
it's
about
just
you,
it's
Kelly?
just that the opening, like nothing but the truth now. Oh
Yeah!
God, she's
Yeah.
walking out. I'm just like, get up it, and just when she catches the eyes of like Zoe and me and Mira, and it's just like, oh, and then when the crowd starts singing,
Yeah.
oh God, it's like orchestral as fuck. It's amazing.
Also, like, quite just voices raised together in harmony. Every time it's gonna get me. Like, give me a choir version of the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack, and that would be.
I bet it's
probably
out there.
It's out
Yeah,
there.
if
I
it
bet.
exists, that's a good point. I'm gonna go look on Spotify
Mhm,
later. I'm just gonna be like choir versions.
I do like my was it Your Idol just because of the like obviously Peach, you come from the same background as me, Catholic background. I love the imagery, how
Yes.
like I can be your sanctuary, then I think of Notre Dame and
Yeah.
Quasimodo. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I mean,
I love it.
I know for a fact that this is going to be on in the car all the time. But Alex won't be watching this when it goes out. But we did actually get him my brother's getting him the CD soundtrack for Christmas.
Nice,
So
good
it's
shout.
going to be on in the car the whole time. I know it.
Marvelous.
I'll
There's worse things to have
be
on in
sitting
the
outside
car.
the school blasting out Your Idol.
I'll be like, that's our Sarah.
Sarah's here.
Yeah.
Sarah's here.
But looking to the future, what do you guys think is going to happen in the second and the third movie?
That's it. I mean, we've got like the as I mentioned, we've got the two sequels. We could have prequels potentially
There
coming. We could
needs to
have.
be a prequel. There
I need
needs
to-
to be.
I need
How
to know
the
who her dad
mom
is.
got with a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's the
I
dad?
want to
Who's
know
the
that too.
daddy?
I want to know.
Yeah.
Tell me about the previous generation.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
also feel like there is a thing in pop idol of like that kind of can you stay relevant, like as like that feels like a strong theme, and you have it a bit in this with the boy band coming in
Yeah.
and having a battle. I want to know about the next generation after these ones. Of,
Yes, like
are
what
they
is the
are
trio
they
gonna
gonna
be?
train? Yeah, are they are they going to train and pass the sword willingly,
'Cause
or actually is there going to be some sort of like contentious rising up of a second
I'd like to think
huntrix?
that, and I've got a little bit of evidence based on this because obviously we've got the Starlight Sisters had their moment. You know, we all know Rumi's mum was a Starlight Sister and unfortunately died, and Celine was also a Starlight Sister who then raised
Yeah.
Rumi. But she's had to train the three girls. I'd like to know how she found Mira and Zoe.
Oh,
And
that would be
Yes.
good.
I
Yeah.
would like to know how they were picked from however many other people, whether they
Like,
had
how did
auditions or
Zoe
anything
get
like
from the
that.
States over to
Yeah, she was
Korea?
Yep.
like from
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, what was their reaction to being told, well, now we're going to train you to be hunters on top of the music career? You
Oh
know,
my God, it'll be
demons
like
are
Buffy the
real.
Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
You are the
They're-
chosen one.
That's where I'm kind of drawing
In
this from
every generation.
because
Same vibe.
I find there are similar vibes to Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I think we need to do like
And-
some sort of intro where it's the Buffy the Vampire Slayer opening intro that explains the lore around vampire hunters, but you have the K-pop demon hunters armor.
That's
But yeah,
that's
you
got
see-
to be out there already.
It's got to be like, come on.
I'm gonna find it.
Because it is like the whole that she's the vampire hunter and she comes out with a vampire and the man's a fucking demon hunter and she canny with a demon. You know what I mean? It's just like, what happened there?
That's what I
Like,
mean.
what the funk?
And I mean, originally Buffy wouldn't be around to train the next Slayer, but in the end of the series, as we know, she did end up training all the potentials.
Yeah.
And being involved with that. So it's kind of like she's training the next generation. I believe that that Huntrix will train the next set of hunters, because at one point they're going to have to give up their powers, because if you notice, Celine doesn't have any anymore.
Yes.
She doesn't have any anymore, because when Rumi approaches her in her demon form, she raises a normal weapon. She raises this like a sickle. It's not a light weapon. She doesn't have her powers anymore.
Yeah.
So the powers get passed on.
I also kind of want to know about this Demon King guy.
Yeah.
Like,
we need to know more about him.
I want to know more about him. I want to know about what's
the
his
big
deal?
flame.
The massive flame. The big old flamer.
Big bit of fire.
I've got
Calcifer back there.
Now, do you think that Genu is actually dead? Because I've read some interesting comments by Maggie Kane on this.
I think, well, maybe that's the second film. Maybe it's a rescue Genu.
I think he was, but because of how popular it's got, I think they're going to have to find a way around that.
Yeah.
Because they need to fall in love and be together.
Yeah, the thing is, Maggie said, whenever she's been asked if Genu's dead, she's kind of given very vague answers, like, who knows? Yeah. But when she's been asked if, like, baby mystery romance are dead, she's kind of gone, yes.
Ooh.
Because you do see they get...
Yes. Yes. I was thinking, because of something like him giving his soul to Rumi in an act of ultimate sacrifice after just getting it back, that he didn't go back to the world
become
of the
a demon
demons.
again.
Oh my god, he's like Angel. He's Angel.
Yeah.
He is Angel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking Angel.
I don't think he went back to Guimar. I think he went somewhere else.
Oh my god, could we have like, maybe
he's in her. Oh my god, he's in her.
He's in purgatory.
But yes,
I kind of want to see the purgatory Let's Free Genu arc.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the music?
Yeah, I also want to see a TV series. Enough of this film. Like, give me an episode every week.
Do you know what they need? They need purgatory, like Beetlejuice waiting room. You know, Genu's soul just like wiggling around like a bit of a, candle going on, and then you got Bathhouse Man sitting there.
I think he'll end up doing what every pop idol does when they go into purgatory, which is like being the face of a load of random products. he'll be out there flogging his own like tonics. He'll be flogging like an energy drink. He'll be out there like, here's my new line of clothing, a la Victoria Beckham. Like what will he be doing?
I need to talk about the tonic doctor.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the fucking tonic doctor, right? What is his fucking crack with the grape juice? Okay, and the pictures.
He's paid to sell.
There's a picture of him.
I think that's kind of the thing where in Korea where they have pictures with their idols.
I also think there's a little bit of it because it's Zoe who turns them onto it. I think there's a little bit of a dig at like, how like the Western world goes to like ancient Chinese medicine will solve your. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and they
if
just
I
get
move my settee here, I will get money.
Exactly. There's a kind of it's a bit of a send up of like that kind of how easy it is to con in that world if you're talking to someone who doesn't understand it.
Yeah. But he gets them in all the ways, like, I know, like, so there's just something that unsettles
just
me
pure
about
charlatan.
the quack.
Do you not think though that those terms are just vague enough?
Yeah.
Also, you can see in Zoe that she is very eager to please everyone.
If I was him and I had 3 beautiful pop idols walk into my clinic, I'd be like, they haven't come here by accident. They've sought me out. So something's wrong and I can just use that.
I don't know. There's just something about him that, like, I just.
Maybe he's the big bad of the next episode.
There's more to him that meets the eye.
Great.
He was really Guimar in disguise.
Oh my god, he's a slurper. Old Dr. Welch over here. That's it. I don't know any other great products. We need to move on.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Well, hang on. I want to sum up what we've got. So these are our predictions.
Right.
So we're going to have something to do with Rumi's father.
Demon Daddy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Demon Daddy, we need
Daddy.
to find out who he is. Gino
Sorry,
comes
Becca
back.
whispering Demon Daddy into her mic. It was just a thrill I wasn't expecting
Demon
this
Okay, look,
evening.
there is a reason I've been reading a very interesting book, okay? I've got 1 hour left, okay?
So we've
One
got
hour left of this book.
Demon Daddy.
Yeah.
Demon
Gino
Daddy.
comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next generation.
Yeah.
Do you think I've read a theory that one of Huntrix will die?
Ooh.
The thing is, right, we don't know what happened to the previous groups that are shown in that little montage. We don't know what
Yeah.
happened apart from Rumi's mum.
Yeah.
Now, what if
And
that is
Celine.
something? Well, yeah, but I mean, what happens if
Yeah.
that's the thing for each group, that one of them has to die each time they come around in order for the powers to pass on?
Ooh.
I don't like
Yeah.
it. I don't
I
accept
don't like it,
I don't
but
accept
what if
it.
that's one of the
But if
rules?
that is the truth, who are you killing off?
Oh, no.
You
Because
know
I think
what?
the only person you can kill off is Rumi.
I know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
think
it's
it
the
would
only
have to
one who
be,
really packs an emotional punch. It
if you're
means
gonna go
something.
big, you go big.
And then
Yeah.
maybe that will
And-
lead into her being in purgatory.
And then her and Ginu are
Yeah.
together forever.
Oh, closure.
Time
And
to
they could
sing a love song.
They could try and destroy Guima from the other side.
Yep.
Doing that. Yeah, you see. Right, so right.
Oh.
As vague as
You're
they
like,
are,
right.
as vague as they are, those are our predictions for the next 2 movies. Right, is there
Perfection.
anything else we haven't covered that you would like to say about K-pop Demon Hunters?
No, just thank you.
Ginu's a bit hot, isn't he? He's a bit hot, isn't he?
A bit hot. He's
A bit
confused
hot, isn't
me.
he? Like, oh, I was just like, oh, look at him. Oh.
Look,
Oh.
I can't say anything else, okay? I've already said
Used
stuff like
you've already used the term demon daddy. We're here.
Demon Daddy.
No, I did appreciate. Do you know what? I appreciated the attractive nature of
Yeah.
all the characters, to be honest. They were all gorgeous. I especially liked Mystery's tank top.
I liked
like
the grannies.
The granny, yes.
I liked the
Oh, the
grannies
little
dancing.
girl who does the oh, this is your soul is so beautiful,
Yeah.
Jean.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your secret is safe with me.
I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
So Kelly's gonna leave here
Time
and go
for a
watch it.
Yeah. Right. Okay, then that was a full episode. I really enjoyed talking about that. I thought that's
Thank you for having us
the
on.
most
Yeah,
I've
it
laughed in a little while, actually. Many thanks to Pheebs and Kelly for coming on and getting this all out of our systems. It's been a good it's been a good get it all out episode, hasn't
I
it?
feel cleansed in the fire of
I
the
have
demon daddy.
exercised the demon. Right. Kelly, what have you got coming up? Bearing in mind we're recording this to go out on the 29th of November.
Right. So I am competing in Feltnout's new Act of the Year. So that's my comedy thing, yeah. I am competing in the heats on the 16th of December at the Town Wall in Newcastle.
Amazing.
I have a brand new 5 minutes, which I will have tested out last week if we are talking about being in the future and stuff. I'm performing on the Tuesday at Let 'Em Speak, which is a Flinter night. It's their first birthday, and I'm doing my 5 minutes there, so I'm testing shit out there. And hopefully, if it's well received, I will be doing that 5 minutes at the Town Wall, and hopefully I'll get through to the finals.
You're gonna be. You're amazing.
Fingers crossed.
I'm
I
so
think you'll
Kelly-
be
Kelly
I'm
great.
is
so
really funny.
proud of how far you've come this year doing your comedy.
Yeah.
Truly, it's amazing to
Thank
see.
you. It's actually quite strange because if you told me this last year, because obviously it's coming up to a year since I've been doing comedy in December, so and now I'm like a comedy person who's like performed at festivals and
Yeah.
stuff, and I've also got like the pub quiz. I'm a quiz mistress. You know what I mean? So that's like kind of helping with my comedy and confidence and stuff like that. So if you told me this last year, I'd be like a sucker fart. You're lying. Like, what the hell? I'll give you a straw. You know what I mean? So it is quite surreal that I've got this far. And even if, you know, I don't do particularly well, it's not going to deter me because I've done quite a flipping lot in that year.
You've done
You've
loads.
done loads.
I'm happy with that,
Yes.
Shizbit. So fingers crossed. Let's hope we get through.
Absolute fingers crossed. Yes.
I'll break a leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, how about you, Febs?
Febs? You can call me Febs if you want, my love.
What is my mouth doing tonight? How about you, Pheebs? I know Anime Club will be out before this episode. But
it will. It'll be out the day before. We will have dropped an episode. So all the way through December, Chris and I are taking a break. We've decided we've had too much of each other's company, and you know he's got like a family and stuff that he wants to see.
Oh God, yeah, he has.
Somebody else now that you want to see.
Sorry, Molly.
And yeah, I'd love to see Molly. But so we've pre-recorded a whole bunch of episodes all the way through December. And we've got a guest on every week. So kick around for Anime Club and we have different guests. We've got international guests. And the day before this episode will have aired, we've interviewed Carl and Erin, who are the filmmakers behind an independent horror film called ZombieCon, which is a zombie film based at an anime convention. Nice. And they came on to talk about a very cute anime called Spy X Family or Spy Family.
I've heard of that.
I've heard of it.
It's really good, and it's probably like I would say it's a kid friendly.
I've heard of that. It's one of the, you know, I'm not overly a fan of anime, and I think I would be if I sat down and watched it. But I've actually heard of that one.
I think you would actually really like this one. It's cute. It's action packed, and it's also quite funny because there's like a little girl in it who gets adopted by two spies. And go watch the Anime Club episode anyway. We go into the whole plot, but it's very cute and she can read minds and stuff. And that's cool. Like, can you imagine your children being able to read your minds? Like, physical nightmare.
No.
Yeah. It's like horrifying, but hilarious. So yeah, go watch that because that was great. And they were lovely to chat to. And like afterwards, I had to be like, I'm so sorry, I've got to go after like 40 minutes of just chatting to them off camera because they were just really nice people. So also go check out their film and stuff because they're like, go support a really lovely
you've
couple.
said zombies, so I'm already like Googling.
You're on it.
Yeah. And it's magical zombies, which is not a thing that you see very often.
This is the one Chris was telling me about.
This might be the one that Chris was telling you about.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it.
I've got a zombie writing community, and he was talking about it in there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
That makes perfect sense. And then also go check out Straw Chat because we basically take over, Nerdy Up North basically take over anime on Fridays. And that's Chris's other podcast where he talks about One Piece, which is really fun, with Lee from Top Grumps. And this one, they hardly swear at all. They're actually quite...
Wow.
I know, they're actually quite well behaved on Straw Chat. It's weird.
See, I count Straw Chat as PG Top Grumps. To be fair,
it feels a bit PG.
Actually, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go check that out.
Give them that, Becca, and they can advertise it as that.
I've already told them this.
All right, okay.
I don't say anything about them that I wouldn't say to their faces. I've told them.
Yeah, and actually, I would say a lot worse to their face just because it's funny. But they're both lovely people, and it's quite interesting listening to Chris watch One Piece for the first time, which is a mega anime. And yeah, is the Jehovah's Witness. The fans are like the Jehovah's Witnesses of anime fans. Like they're like, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Luffy? So yeah, it's great. Go watch Anime Club and Straw Chat.
Nice. Now for Wonk's next episode, we're going to be well into December. I think the next episode's due out on the 13th of December. How
I don't know how we've got that far ahead.
That has flown that. So it's going to be the Christmas episode, of course, and we're going to talk about our favourite Christmas movies. So you can see whether you agree with us or not, whether they are controversial as being classed as a Christmas movie or not. There may be one or two in there. But yes, that's what we're going to be up to. As ever. Oh, actually, first, why don't you tell us about what you thought of K-pop Demon Hunters in the comments below, or join us on the Nerdy Up North Facebook and have a chat in there about it. But on the Nerdy Up North channel, we've got Monster Mondays, we've got Top Grump Tuesdays, Rumblecast Wednesdays, Once More with Morphin Thursdays.
So excited about the next episode.
Got it this time.
So
Anime
excited.
Fridays, and then you've got us or Countdown to Doomsday on Saturday, and then there's the main podcast on Sunday. Nerdy Up North really does have something for all your nerdy needs. And with that, it's time to sign off, I think.
Yes, it is indeed. So keep your hearts full and your fandoms fierce, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.